Hi Kiwi and welcome back to a new episode of Nine Soul. I just had a monumental screw up in between episodes, but let's listen to what you have to say first.
Did you find anything? Did you find anything of interesting? Did you find anything interesting out there, Yi? If you do find something, remember to show it to me.
All right, kiddo. So I went to make some tea, you know, to like protect my throat while I am voice acting through these episodes. And I, without paying attention, put my tea mug under the Keurig like normal, upside down. So not like normal. And then I proceeded to try and pour some tea. Oh, incoming signal. Let's see what we got.
I hope you haven't gone far, but there is something I am unsure as to whether I should share.
Speak freely.
In truth, I owe my existence to the decision of a certain Sol. It was through his decision that I wasn't destroyed.
Who?
The Sol in charge of the power reservoir, Lord Kaofu.
That damned bastard.
I understand you hold a grudge against him, but in my humble opinion, it might be worthwhile to engage with him. After all, Lord Kaofu's unique talents are undeniable. Even if he declines to cooperate, he could still be of value to you.
Fair enough, I'll consider it.
The power reservoir is located at the base of the central core. Take the transport elevator down and you should be able to find it.
Alright, so I'm not sure about what all those doors in the pavilion are, but we'll explore those later. Let's go ahead and explore this area a little bit further. Oh, we've got an enemy immediately. Can I not? Alright, I guess this thing is invulnerable to damage. Maybe there's something I have to do with it, but it's got Crimson Attack, so I don't think I'm getting past it now. Perhaps I'm mistaken, but we will find out. Press LT to summon Mystic Nymph. Ah, okay. I am not going to be used to looking for those cues, so forgive me if I miss it a number of times, but I will eventually be disappointed in myself and backtrack and figure it out. So there will be a little bit of a rough patch. We haven't established if there are secret doors beyond the Mystic Nymph's capabilities, so we'll have to also kind of practice with that. And can this be interacted with? No. Okay, so it looks like we'll have to backtrack once we get whatever allows us to, maybe an enhanced grappling hook or something that allows us to interact with those blue spheres. But this is fine. For now, we have a place to go. Let's head there. Anyway, so yeah, thankfully, Kiwi, you are still asleep, so you won't ever get to find out about this travesty of an accident until you actually watch this playthrough. But I definitely just poured boiling hot water all over the place because I accidentally put a mug upside down in the Keurig. But on the bright side, I've cleaned up the mess, and now I have some delightful peach-flavored tea. And I'm hopeful that will be enough to make up for the damage that I have done to my throat over the last 2 recordings, but we will certainly see. I do genuinely wish we had a downward strike. Maybe we unlock that down the road. I don't know. I also very much like the ability to dash in the air. That would be very helpful to me. But so far, none of the enemies have felt terribly difficult. Mostly just my own carelessness and chronicity for running face first into danger being the issue here. These guys are probably the most threatening because they have a Crimson Slash type move that I can't parry. But again, their moves are just so darn well telegraphed that I swear I parried. I guess again, you can't really cancel your basic attacks or a parry. Ooh, secret chest. What have we got in here? Just money? Okay, fair enough. We have a lot of money. I'm curious to see what we spend that on. It doesn't look like we spend it on levels necessarily, like in other Dark Souls games. It'll probably be in the nature of Hollow Knight if I had to guess based on the influences this game shows. Don't think I can progress here. Here's something though. I wonder if we're gonna get a new ability soon. Oops, hold on. Again, I do really need to kind of be on the hunt for those Mystic Nymph locations too, because I feel like they're gonna be more common than not, and I'm gonna be prone to missing them otherwise. I get the sense though that we'll be getting a new traversal ability fairly soon though, in the nature of what we've seen so far. You made a convincing effort up those stairs. Good job, bud. I'm gonna get a fancy kill on you because I feel like it. Boom! Maybe as long as I'm not mashing the attack, I can kind of almost parry cancel. I see that the nymph can go into that slot down there. It just doesn't look like it can reach it here. I have to come from the other side, it seems. Oh, hello. I don't know why I ran away. I know that these things just lose their offensive shield after You saw nothing. Kiwi, you saw nothing. They lose their offensive shield after they've taken a hit, and as long as they keep the hits up, we should be fine. Alright, so what are we going to talk about today? I realized in the last episode I had briefly started rambling about Master Yi of all things from League of Legends, and then I never really finished my thought. But really the thought was just, he's a fun character, he snowballs rapidly out of control, and he was one of the first characters I ever got a pentakill on, which makes him kind of special in that regard, but not really. I mean, I've gotten a number of pentakills. I haven't played League of... For context, I have not played League of Legends since grad school, pretty much, largely due to time constraint issues, and honestly, probably for my mental health as well is a good reason as well. Like, I genuinely love that game. It is a fun game, but it is, it has earned its notoriety. It has earned its notoriety for toxicity in its player base, and I think that has been well earned. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, okay, it's just a direct interaction. I figured it was the Mystic Nymph. Okay, fair enough. Oh, we're getting sucked back into the what was it? The something realm, the immaterial realm, the incorporeal realm, the eternal realm. I forget. Either way, let's go see Great Elder Tristan, I guess. His name was actually Lear, or Liar. I'm not sure how to pronounce it necessarily. Like, unfortunately, I'm realizing very rapidly that of all the languages I have been exposed to, pronunciation for Chinese is particularly unfamiliar to me, so forgive me if I'm mispronouncing things. I am doing my best. What am I trying to do? What am I doing? I am not trying to dance. Jump above the orb and press L. Oh, okay. So we interact... Oops. We interact with our parry. Interesting. I'll call it the Tai Chi kick. Didn't get to read the rest of that guy's dialogue because I was too busy screwing up over here. Okay, fair enough. So we could... I appreciate that we could interact with these the whole time, unless we couldn't. The trick is to not predict, but to expose. Your reaction is as important as your timing. Leverage his power and dissipate the flow. That's the key. We don't take any damage from knocking into it, which is important to establish early. Okay, so now we can... I don't know if we're unlocking this ability now, or if we always had it and we're just being told how to use it now. To think that green G aura was visible all along. Oh, he's angry. Jump and press LB to counter Crimson attack with green glow, really? Oh, well, I timed that poorly. That's gonna make it really hard to parry, though. At least we're not being too heavily punished. We immediately heal, so at least we're not, like, instantly punished for it. I will get this timing, I promise. Maybe I just wait till the last second. I'm bad at this, Kiwi. Oh my goodness. Like, the fact that I have to jump first is really what throws me. Like, I respect it, but I don't like it. Okay, Kiwi. Third time's the charm. If we're well past 3 at this point. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Okay, we've got this. Bang. There we go. Okay, I did it. There we go. I did it. Alright, I've got the timing now. It's just, it's very different from the standard. And he has a pretty significant pause before he actually launches the attack. So I'm thrown off by when I should actually time it. Expose the flows of chi to make it suit your ends. What are you doing now, my friends? He's flapping his arms and turning incorporeal. Alright, fair enough. Sending us back home? Yeah. Alright, so... Oh, we're doing the same thing. Flap your hands and go back home. I wish with all my heart to fly with dragons in a land of... art. I forget the line. Did you watch Dragon Tales? You must have watched Dragon Tales as a kid, Kiwi. You are such a dragon enthusiast. There's no way you didn't. Tai Chi Kick. Press LB in midair to bounce off new Kunlun's green energy orbs to gain access to higher areas or explore new paths. If a green glow is present on an enemy using a crimson attack, you can use Tai Chi Kick to inflict internal damage to them. Okay, good to know. I probably will not use that parry very much unless I absolutely have to, or if I'm already in the air and figure, well, this is my only chance to get out of dodge. But at least we have some new mobility abilities. Cool. Anomalous root node. Root node system error message. Warning, this root node is experiencing abnormal energy discharge. Danger, only maintenance personnel allowed. Root nodes were one of the key technologies that the Fangshi Guild unlocked and laid the foundation for advanced rhizomatic technology. Rhizomes are a part of plants, if I recall. I forget if they're the cells of roots or they're I think they might be functional groups of cells within a root. if I recall. It's been a long time since I've done anything botanical in nature. Today, the flow and transmission of rhizomatic energy can be controlled through these root nodes. However, these mechanisms behind the primordial roots are still shrouded in mystery, even for modern Solarians. Fair enough. All right, let's go ahead and traverse some new locations then, because we've just opened up a whole bunch of options for new and fun locations to explore. And where there are new and fun locations in a roguelike, there are fun treasures to uncover as well. This guy has got some sort of shield, which is annoying. But I bet he can't shield this. Boom! Right. Oh, well. This has gone extremely poorly. There we go. Okay. You again. Oh, you know what? I bet I have to... Oh, I see. So to get past these, I parry them. Interesting. Okay. I respect that. I respect that they're using a combat technique as a means of traversing the world as well. You don't see that often. Like, that is one of the things that I think the best roguelites have in their, like, cavalcade of, like, strengths. Like, Hollow Knight is a very good example. A lot of the combat abilities that you unlock over time... Oops, well, I'm still bad at the timing, and I didn't realize my HP was so low. Like, anyway, the point I'm trying to make is combat abilities, if you can make them interact with the world in some capacity, have them be multifaceted rather than one-off and, maybe concise but predictable, but still, I think it's incredibly good on a game developer standpoint if you can make it so your mechanics are more than just combat or more than just traversal. For example, Hollow Knight, its dash is great for moving past terrain to access areas that are blocked off by things that can damage you. Artifact, the four treasures of the study. A Solarian artifact that can be gifted to Xuan. An ancient writing tool, calligraphy has transformed into a traditional art with emphasis being placed on the erudite, scholarly atmosphere created by each purposeful brushstroke. So the dash in Hollow Knight being a great example, yes, it offers you iframes to block enemy attacks. When you get a charm that lets it, Sharp Shadow, you can now do damage when you dodge with it, and it extends the range. You can use it for for traversing through locations, both passing impenetrable barriers, but also getting through certain crevices sometimes. Or certainly just moving faster. Sometimes just moving faster, whether it's in combat or out of combat, is a very valuable thing to have. Speaking of which, I forgot that we recently got that ability too. Press LT to hack with Mystic Nymph. Okay, fair enough. Looks like the Mystic Nymph kind of teleports as we do that. Good enough for me. What else with Hollow Knight? So the Mantis Claw, like, you don't think about it as anything other than traversal, but there are a lot of bosses that are made way easier if you can wait out some of their damaging moves by clinging to walls and bouncing off of them, and you wouldn't be able to do that without the Mantis Claw. So it has incredible potential within combat. Kalfu.
Hello, can you hear me? God, this is such a hassle. This is the central control room for the power reservoir. Please listen carefully. I don't know how you woke from hibernation or how you managed to get here. However, this is a restricted zone, as according to the law, all trespassers will be removed. If you are lost, I urge you to leave as soon as possible. I've already summoned the Dusk Guardians to handle the situation.
It's me. It's me, Yi.
Who did you say you were?
Oh, you heard what I said. Disarm the security system already.
Now you listen to me. I don't know what kind of hilarious prankster you think you are, but did you really think you'd fool me with that crude disguise? Leave now. What a nuisance.
I wonder if this is what Kalfu looks like. He's just a big, muscly tiger dude. That'll be funny if that's the case. I have to say, they're fairly generous with root nodes, and we can go back to the pavilion from this at any point. I hope that we can go from pavilion back to here, though. Let's see. I don't think we got any skill points yet, so we'll just sit on that. Oh, we're like one experience away from a skill node. Okay. Oh no, doggy. Oh no, doggy. Kiwi. Can you feel the fatigue, the emotion, the excitement here? I wonder, I assume not, but does this have any interaction in combat? Doesn't seem it. Fair enough. We'll try again with that later sometime. I can't get up there right now, but I can get up there with that. I did the thing where I jumped instead of dashed again. At the very least, the parry seems very consistent and reliable to use. I do not know if I can actually do the jump parry on him, and I think I'm too prone to getting hit while using it to really want to reliably try it. Also, it would appear, and I might be mistaken, that I cannot parry from facing away from things. Yeah, I am correct. Okay. So that's important to know for projectile users. I cannot parry their projectiles if I have them behind me. Alright, fair enough. We've already used up both our heals, which is unideal. Actually, now that I think about it, can I send my Mystic Nymph over this way? Or is this I have to directly interact with it? Because it looks like I have to, yeah, I have to directly. Okay, fair enough. I'm starting to learn the visual tells of this game. I'm just going to go ahead and heal since we've already consumed both of our, both things. Now, let's see. What of these do I want for now? Chi Boost. Shadow Strike. More damage when striking enemy from behind with a strong attack. Tai Chi Kick. Press LB in midair to bounce off. Oh, wait. This is what we got. What do we get as an extension to it? Skull Kick. While in the air, hold down on the control stick and press X to perform a special kick, which will bounce you up into the air for a bit if successfully landed. Hey, they do have the thing I wanted, and honestly, I use this so much in Hollow Knight that I'm probably going to hold out for the second skill point. Increases the internal damage inflicted by successful Tai Chi and Skull Kick. Okay, yeah, so I think for me, most important upgrades at this stage will be the bullet parry, and then that downwards kick attack that we can get, which I assume is a drop kick, which means it's not quite the same as Hollow Knight where I bounce off, but it does sound like I bounce off enemies if used appropriately, so I will very happily take that ability. It sounds like Kiwi has awoken up from her slumber, so this will probably be my last episode of the day. I'm gonna have to tell you about the tea incident, Kiwi, and you're gonna look at me with such disappointment in your heart, and I'm gonna just... Alright, it does appear that the shield, in fact, does block our talisman attacks. Oh, and okay, if I miss with the talisman, or if I hit the shield, it does use my charge. That's unfortunate, but good to know. It looks like properly parrying them also does make them vulnerable. Another valuable thing to know. I believe I remember somewhere reading that parrying is what gets you to refund your talisman. I could be mistaken about this. It also does appear that we are taking a fair bit of damage even with with our good parrying. Let's see. Yeah. Well, all right, that seems... I'm happy with this. Honestly, I feel like the combat's going to be fairly rewarding, except for these jump parries, which I'm going to be really bad at, although I made a convincing argument that maybe I have some capacity for them here. Collected basic component. All right, so I don't know what those components will be for in the long run, but at least we can gather them up over time and hopefully get a good use out of them eventually. Did I really use up all my heals? I thought I... Nah, I must have. All right. Well, since we unlocked this pathway, why don't we just regenerate them here? I don't think... Like, we'll reset the enemies, but at the same time, we are not really going that direction anymore, so it shouldn't be a problem. We're just going to completely ignore that guy and head this way. Hello, doggo. This does strike me as the sort of game, like many Metroidvania Souls-likes, where there's no real penalty for trying to skip past enemies if you're like just trying to backtrack to a location you were at previously more quickly. Oh. Oh no. Hey, look, I did it! Kiwi, I'm getting better at this game. I'm getting good. Oh no. That is going to be the bane of my existence, though. I can only feel good for so long, I suppose. We have proven that I am prone to hubris and being punished for my hubris. He's really trying to get us to use it, and I am failing at his test. I might just stick to dashing through that, honestly, because I seem too prone to getting hit. I really do appreciate... This game's aesthetic is so unique for me. It's so fun to look at. Can we go down? Let's see what's down here. Before we go up, we'll go down. Oh man, there's so many branching paths. Hello, angry doggo. You're facing the wrong way. Oh no, it makes the sad dog sound when it dies. The absolute worst sort of thing for me. This feels like it's official or important. Another transporter. Is this back the way this isn't where we came from, right? No, it definitely is not. But maybe that looks like an official pathway to travel, so we'll save that for last. See what we got over here. Oh no, 2 enemies. 2 enemies and no HP to heal against them. Gotta be ready for his Crimson attack. He doesn't get a green glowy, so I don't think I could jump parry it. The fun thing about I keep calling them roguelikes, but I mean Metroidvanias. The fun thing about Metroidvanias is there are always these secret paths that end up, oh no. Oh, my buddy, I am not ready to fight you. I am going to die. Let's do it. I just tried to do the jump parry, but I pressed the wrong button, which does not help my situation. Like, I genuinely think if I try for the jump parry, I'm just gonna get killed. He doesn't telegraph that second stab. At least I'm not seeing the flash from it, but I'm not too worried about it. Let's go back that way and see if we can fight him again. The question is, how do we get that way, actually? And how can we get there without taking damage in the process? I'm pretty sure it was this way, so I'll just backtrack here. I bet the speedrun of this game is very satisfying to watch. Might have to check it out at some point. Don't mind me, gents. I should probably kill you before I go and fight your leader. Oh yeah, this was a mistake. Well, at least I got the parry. Kiwi, I have made a huge mistake and have to take these guys out as quick as possible. Oop, well, okay, well, you know what? That was my own fault for being too greedy with my speedy. Alright, fair enough. So, I did say something about a rule of 2, like try a boss 2 times and then immediately, like after the 2 times I'll fast forward to skip the content, but those attempts were so fast, and the second one I don't really want to count because that was made difficult exclusively by my own mistakes. So if you'll forgive me, I'm going to try one more time against that boss with heals, with... Oh boy, I'm eating it badly. I'm curious to see if we'll eventually get a damage up sort of mechanic too. I would very much appreciate that. Okay, so it does glow. It does telegraph the attack. It's just that because he lowers his spear, it's sometimes hard to see. Well, this ain't great. Tap him with the talisman. It does appear that some attacks do damage through our parry, but I need to be careful of that. It also appears that he can't actually hit me if I'm like point blank range on him. I think I'm one damage from death, unfortunately. Oh. And there it is. So it's interesting. Sometimes he does have a hitbox point blank, and sometimes he does not. No matter. All right, I'll fast forward until we get a convincing kill. There we go. All right. Found that working in the air against him worked the best. All right. Each equipment computing unit. Each additional Tau 90 computing unit increases the Jade System's computing power by 1. The Jade System was developed by the ancient Fangshi Guild to assist in combat. Inserting different Jades unlocks extraordinary abilities for the user. However, an extensive Jade System requires a great deal of computing power. All right. Well, we got our next charm, I guess. Although I guess it's not really a charm. We've kind of established that, but... there we go. All right, so yeah, the trick to that boss that I found was trying to stay in the air around him as much as possible, and staying close. Like I had shown in the previous attempts, it seems like fairly commonly this guy is very prone to missing his attacks if you're close range, and then jump parrying kind of covers the other potentials for him to hit you on top of that. So pretty satisfying boss fight. Getting better at the combat, but obviously finding one system that works for me against one enemy is not going to be the make or break breadwinner for the game as a whole. Let's see, skull kick. So I want to get this. While in air, hold down L and then press X to do a drop kick. So in theory, let's go test this out against an enemy real quick. Okay, I see. So it is kind of Hollow Knighty. Let's see. There we go. Okay. It's exactly what I want it to be. Awesome. I love it. I'm very happy about that. Well, immediately punished for being happy, but that's fine. It was mostly just fooling around. Oh, okay. So they do the thing where sometimes normal enemies, if they kill you, they hold on to your stuff or your money and experience. Good to know. But yeah, I think if you've seen any amount of my Hollow Knight playthrough, Kiwi, you know very well that I love my I'll call it a down air because I play Smash religiously pretty much. I'm glad I don't get crushed by that if I get clipped in the corner because it looked like I was about to die there. You know how aggressively I play Smash, more so in the past than nowadays, but still. So having an ability that effectively is a down air, oops. It feels good. It feels really good because I call it the pogo. I pogo a lot. So we found another transporter. Let me see what the downwards path is first, and then we'll take one of those two transporters that we've encountered since exploring more of this area. What be down here though? Oh, hello. Enemy? Friend or foe? Hello. Are you friend? You seem neutral party, but you are carrying stuff that I want, so forgive me. I'm gonna be a big, oh, you run away. I guess it's a damage check sort of thing, or maybe there's a specific interaction. Do you come back if I leave? Maybe it spawns in different locations and we'll be chasing it around the world, the damage accumulates sort of thing. I'd be curious about that. All right, let's go ahead and see what is down this new location. I know we're coming up on time with the episode, but I'll go a little bit longer since we did have our heads banging against that boss fight for a little bit. All right, where do we go from here? The background art in this game is phenomenal, by the way. It looks like it's some degree of CG and more hand-drawn aesthetic, but it works well, for me at least. Like, I can tell back there it's 3D models, so it's a little dissonant with the overall appearance, but I'm very willing to forgive it. Hello? Oh, okay, so this is the transporter back to where we started. Okay. Fair enough. All right, so let's go to that other transporter we found earlier and make the assumption that that doesn't take us back here again as well. There is a possibility that we're just being given a go back to the starting zone option repeatedly. Granted, also, I suppose now that we have the ability to do the Tai Chi kick, that might be enough to get us to a new location we didn't have access to before. But I do suspect there are things still left to explore. Here, I can check the map in theory, right? Let's see. So there's the transporter. If I go hard left, that'll take us to the transporter room there. Let's see what that does first, because it looks like I've found everything that I can find in this area otherwise. In the meantime, do I have any funny stories to share? Well, I have an unfortunate story that is an important lesson, I suppose, to those who did not know. So, that story is about some unfortunate kittens with an upset belly that could have been very avoidable. Namely, so elephant bulb plants, if you're not familiar with them, the big leaved plants that you've likely seen at a number of places for decorations. Oh, never mind, we've got a story coming in. Oh, hello there, new friend.
How are you doing, dear brother? The sun is out today. Remember we used to go hiking on sunny days like this? I was at that age when I couldn't stop asking questions. You were always so patient as you tried to explain every bit of scenery around us. You were the best. You knew everything there was to know about everything.
I have a feeling she's dead, given that cutscene at the start of the game where she transformed into Xuan. Oh, and we're having flashbacks. There's no way she's not dead, right?
Look at those pretty flowers. Can we go play over there?
No, we can't. Those are towers. Those aren't towers. They're rhizomatic columns from the turbulent era.
Rhizomatic columns?
They're vessels for storing rhizomatic energy. Think of them as big batteries. You should have learned this in class already, Hang.
I don't really like my classes. I want to hear about it from you, Yi. Your stories are way more interesting than my textbooks.
They aren't stories, silly. Rhizomatic columns were an invention that changed the world. Scientists from long ago created them to make everyone's lives better. But the adults around us are biased. They considered all technology from the turbulent era to be dangerous weapons of war. Now these Now these momentous breakthroughs just sit here collecting dust and weeds.
What do you mean? Are they broken?
Activating them isn't as easy as flipping a switch. But don't you worry. One day your big brother will fix them all up.
After you fix them, promise me you'll play in one of them. Or after you fix them, promise me we'll get to play in one of those columns.
That's not something we can play, silly. That's not somewhere we can play, silly. I thought I just told you that.
Her face looks really derpy from this like animation and angle, but I forgive it. An interesting way to show flashbacks. I appreciate that.
I might not have understood everything you said, but I wanted to cling to you all the time. I thought you were the smartest person in the whole world. The color of the sky, where rain comes from, why the stars shimmer, you knew about all of it. You've accomplished so much and received all those lofty titles since then. But to me, you've always been the most amazing person in the world.
I have bad juju about what's going on with her. Either she is the wrinkly cat we saw at the start that tried to kill us, or she's just dead. Those are my best guesses at this time, or something worse. Because this game has proven its capacity for kind of body horror and the potential for worse. Okay, well, the story I was going to tell, I should probably remember what it was. Unfortunately, in typical fashion, my short-term memory is as terrible as always. Oopsie. As is my platforming ability, Kiwi. A shame about both of those things. I assume not, but I wonder if I can jump kick off of these. You can. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. It feels like it should work that way, but I'm glad I proved it. I guess since it is an extension of the Tai Chi kick, it makes sense that it would work that way. Oh, you leave fire behind. I better not stand on that. Oh, hello. Slow but very powerful attacks. I do want to get my first kill on this guy if I can. He's tanky, wow. Oh my goodness. So much for his attacks coming out slow. Where do we respawn from this? Because we didn't, oh, we have to go all the way back there. All right, Kiwi, I'm gonna backtrack. Unfortunately, I didn't get my story out. We got a flashback instead, but I'll rewatch the end of this episode and give that story at the start of the next. With all that said though, Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. I'm looking forward to spending a nice day off with you today. Take care, love.